Welcome to all in our lecture series of PPCM. In our previous lecture, we have discussed activity times in CPM. Now, today we discuss floats. Like we have discussed slack in the PERT part, we have discussed float in the CPM part. So, let's see. It is associated with activity times. Float is associated with activity times. It is analogous to slack of events in PERT. It is the range within which start or finish time of an activity may fluctuate without affecting project completion time. Okay, it is a range which within start or finish time of activity may fluctuate without affecting the project completion time, and floats cannot be negative. In our previous lecture we have seen slack is positive, negative or 0, but here we have say floats cannot be negative. Okay, now there are some types of floats which we have discussed one by one. There are 4 parts of floats. Okay, so first part is the total float. So here we have some statement for total float. First we have to see in that part that time span by which starting or finishing of an activity can be delayed without delaying the completion of the project. Okay, it maximum available time in access to the activity completion time. You remember the formula of all types of floats because in examination directly they ask floats value in competitive examination. Okay, so you remember these formulas and some sentence which I already write in the form of note. So let's see, here we have event and activity network. So H is the preceding event activity of I and K is the succeeding activity of J. Now we have to understand concept for a particular this event part I and J. TEI, TLI, TEJ and TLJ. This is the EST, LST, EFT, LFT. Okay, or we say TEI is the earliest occurrence time of I, TEJ is the earliest occurrence time of J. Okay, here we say it is tail event and it is head event. We say for this particular part, if we talk about this part, then this is the tail event and this is the head event. Okay, it is depend on the arrow. So now we have to find the formula for total float. So total float is equal to TLJ minus TEI bracket close minus TIJ. Now what we have to do, we have to do this formula in the simplest form, means we have to convert this formula in the simplest form. So in this manner we have to change this formula and we get FT is equal to LST minus EST or LFT minus EFT. You have to use these two formulas for finding the total float value. You use LST minus EST or LFT minus EFT. Okay, and here in total float it is affect both succeeding and proceeding activities. You remember this sentence, it is affecting both proceeding and succeeding activity, total float. Let's see second type, free float. The delay which can be performed without delaying succeeding activities. Without delaying succeeding activities. Okay, in total float without delaying the completion of the project, but in the free float without delaying the succeeding activity means it's only affect the preceding activities. Okay, and it is assumed that all activities start as early as possible. So this is the formula for finding the free float Tej minus Tei minus Tij. So you have to remember this formula and this last formula. Okay, Ft minus Sj. So Ft is the total float and Sj is the slack at J. So at J is the head event, that's why here we write Sj is the head event slack. So you have to remember Sj is equal to TLJ minus TEJ. So in this manner you have to find the value of free float. Third one, independent float. It is denoted by F suffix in ID. It is the minimum axis available time which exists without affecting any of succeeding or preceding activities. It not affect succeeding and preceding activities. It's a simple formula, free float minus SI. Here SI is the tail event. So here SI formula is TLI minus TEI. Here I means you have taken I value and J means you have taken J value. Means this is I event and this is J event. So Sj is nothing but TLJ and TEJ. So TLJ minus TEJ value, and for I, so TEI, and here you have TLI. So TLI minus TI value. So for I in suffix means you have to taken this value, and J in suffix you have to taken this value for slack. Okay. Now last one, interfering float. It is similar to head events slack. It is right total float minus FF, or you say Sj as a event, means FINT is equal to Sj and Sj is equal to TLJ minus TEJ. You have to find with the help of this also. Okay, so these are the 4 types which you have to remember for a exam point of view also. Now critical path, you know that time wise longest path is the critical path, and in part we know that if slack is equal to 0 for a particular event, that part is the critical path. So same we have to some statement given for the CPM. In CPM analysis, the path along which total floats are 0 or minimum is called the critical path. All activities on this path are critical. There can be more than one critical path. In CPM, maybe path is more than one, or here we also consider float is 0 or minimum. Okay. So in this way we have to find the floats and the critical path in the CPM network techniques. So today's lecture is over guys. We meet with another topic in our another lecture. Thank you.